Florida basketball has played with a chip on its shoulder for much of the 2024-25 season. The number 1 seed Florida Gators, 31-4, will attempt to summon more of that energy when they face number 8 seed UConn, 24-10, on Sunday afternoon. As back-to-back defending national champions, UConn, under head coach Dan Hurley, takes a 13-game NCAA tournament win streak into its matchup with the Gators. Florida, meanwhile, is playing for its first Sweet 16 appearance since 2017. Even though we might be favored, I think a lot of people still believe that UConn is going to win this game because of their track record, because of Coach Hurley and the success that they've had, Florida basketball coach Todd Golden said. It's on us to make sure we go out there and show what we're capable of. Florida has been led by the backcourt trio of senior All-American point guard Walter Clayton Jr., 17.7 ppg, 4.3 APG, senior guard Elijah Martin, 14.5 ppg, and senior guard Will Richard, 13.4 ppg. UConn, meanwhile, is led by junior forward Alex Caraban, who is averaging 14.3 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. Florida basketball holds slim lead at last TV timeout. Florida stays up 27-26 on UConn at least TV timeout. Martin with 12 points, Clayton 8 points, but 8 turnovers have hurt UF's offense. Gators also surrendering some offensive boards. Florida basketball extends lead, forces UConn to call timeout. Walter Clayton Jr. sinks his first three-pointer of the game, putting Florida up 24-20 on UConn with 4:54 left in the half and forcing the Huskies to call a timeout. Elijah Martin with 12 points for UF, Clayton 5 points. Florida basketball holding slim lead at third TV timeout. Florida is holding a slim 16-15 lead at third TV timeout. UF shooting just 35.7% from the floor as UConn is playing elite defense. Florida basketball stays up at second TV timeout. Florida basketball remains up 11-8 at second TV timeout. UConn 3 of 16 from floor, but Florida has turned it over 6 times. Elijah Martin 9 points, 3 rebounds. Florida basketball up at first TV timeout. Florida up 6-3 at first TV timeout. Gators with 4 turnovers to start the game, a bit loose with the basketball. Martin with 4 points. UConn 1-8 shooting to start the game. Connecticut basketball starters. Ball G, Diarra G, Caraban F, McNeely F, Johnson C. Florida basketball starters. G. Clayton, G. Martin, G. Richard, F. Condon, C. Chinyelu. Florida basketball versus UConn officials. Officials for Florida basketball versus UConn, Ron Groover, Courtney Green. Thomas Morrissey. Florida basketball versus UConn start time, location. Start time, 12:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Location, Lenovo Center, Raleigh, North Carolina, Cap. 19,500.